bot lane Poppy to be able to get that tanky. Still, though, I do worry a little bit because of this damage profile.
Yeah, I mean, definitely right on the one hand that
it's late game right now. They're already going to start with a little bit of poke going on. Both junglers going to run into each other. Shy and Flandre already doing a lot of damage to each other as well. We've got a fight on multiple fronts here.
Tarzan ramped up on the Conqueror stacks, and because Shanks is a ranged champion level 1, just using that priority to try and force JJ off of these Raptors here. One more Q, the smite goes over to Tarzan, but is not level 2 yet, but Flandre was putting the beat down on the Shy as Tarzan forces the flash out of JJ.
Rookie spend that gold, it's going to be a lot easier to play out, but Rookie getting that early kill, exactly what you want on a Yone. This is the issue.
The Shy took electrocute in this matchup. Oh, just one more range auto attack. There it is, and just escapes.
Getting as many of these grubs as possible early on is going to leave these towers incredibly vulnerable to just getting chunked down immediately. Mako takes big damage, isn't going to die here, but still going to have to go back to base. Oh,
the Chain of Corruption sting by level 6. Here comes Tarzan trying to anticipate the flash by Mako. Just goes in with a Q flash of his own. Lilting Lullaby gives a dosage of NyQuil to both Gala and Mako. It's been a scrappy one between Anyone's Legend and IG. And while we had some criticisms about the draft choices, hang on. More action in the mid lane. Flandre could be in trouble. Public Execution doesn't give him the range that he really wanted to use to escape. But meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, KL it from KL, but wait a minute, Rookie's able to snap back with the soul unbound, but that might have been ill-timed because Shanks now has an opportunity to hop, skip, jump, and Gooma stomp all over Rookie, but he pushed him away!
Shanks, no!
He pushed him away! Hope is able to pick it up and give him a reset, but it's not enough for Shanks to escape, the rest of IG being able to collapse his wallet.
Yeah, actually dealing a decent amount of damage back as well, dissuading any extra plays from going down, but still, there's going to be a lot of pressure right here onto the turret. And actually, KL goes flying in. He might just get the solo here. What?
KL is on a mission to get as many kills for his squad as possible. And if he's going to be the sole benefactor of them, so be it. That is another one on the board for AL and the tier 1 turret going over their way.
What did we say? You won't have as much gold on this Poppy as you would in a lane, so you're not going to be such a tank. It's not going to be such an issue that there's no AP damage available for IG. Well, if you get
KL and Tarzan, who have now IG's core pinned under this tier 1 turret on the bottom side of the map, Mako forced to pop the ultimate just to get the damage reduction to ignore all the damage that was coming from Shanks, but the rest of Anyone's Legend still pushing forward. Public Execution right onto the board. Rider Mako falls. That's ground beef on the menu, boys. It's gonna be pork on the menu too. The Shy falls as well.
And this has just been a complete swing of the game right here for AL. They were in a good spot before. Now they've been able to crack open this gold lead up by about 3,000, picking up a Drake as well. Everything coming up AL at the moment. And it's off the back of some just lovely proactive plays out of KL and Hope using their ult. Hang on, picture in picture. Flandre.
Good keeper's verted by KL. Punted Mako, it looks like. And Flandre's able to escape thanks to his support, and KO's out of there with his own flash. Tarzan now in the middle of multiple members. He doesn't have a flash available. Oh, he used it towards the south side. Hope has to keep him alive, but Shanks is able to find the reset first on the swordsman, and now it's just a disaster. You called it, Blockster. IG thought that they might have sprung a trap, but it's Anyone's Legend to pull out the count. You know, watch his favorite team, his favorite player, the Shy, try and pull out a miracle win, and just see him do disastrous things and just crash out and throw his chair aside. This might be another moment. I don't know if Casual's watching, but I hope, as you called it, Otacon now spawned on the map. KL might have found himself a couple IG members for an easy picking. Anyone's Legend is easily going to just trot on over. They're not even engaging at this point. They're just walking up and getting free kills.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't expect you to start the Atakan immediately, if you just catch the opposition jungler out wandering around in a place he has no business to be, then that's going to make it pretty easy to pick up. This is going to be a nice extra secure right here for AL. Just a little bit more.
The Shy is up, baby. That's the Shy experience right there. The team might be losing, but at least the Shy is up in gold. We're going to see if he can actually make that feel impactful, since he did go for the higher damage build with a lot of more lethality items in his pockets. IG have leeched the dragon. Anyone's Legend trying to take a posture around the other side of the pit. But now they're just going to brute force their way into the river. The Shy pokes for an accelerated shock blast, and if that's all the damage, then I don't feel hopeful about IG's chances. Rookie goes for the engage. 1500. Jeje is able to secure the dragon, but at what cost? Public execution sets up another one to fall, and the rest of IG are just like dominoes as Shanks comes in and doesn't just tip them over. No, he blasts them down with a firing gunshot, and Gala is going to try to see if he can play a little sneaky game, but he sees a window. He's going to run for the hills, and thankfully for him, that Swirling Sea does not tag him for the slow.
Gonna be the only surviving member, but there was already a mid-wave pushing through for AL right here. They're also going to be able to jump Gala. I think he's going to get sandwiched right here. Hope potentially looking to go.
Hope is flanking him!
Yep, there it is.
Okay. You know what? He was trying to predict a shift there with that arrow.
Hey.
I know what you were looking for, Hope. You know, you're looking for a little style points. So yeah, yep. It's all good. You guys are still 8,000 gold, but you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Rookie is teleported in. He's going to look for a free picking on Navarus, maybe, but a flash of the blast cone. Does he get enough damage? Yes, he does. There's the soul unbound pop. Shanks now having to deal with the 1v2 on the Shy and Jeje. He stuns him up with the permafrost, but now the Shy is forced to run away, and he gets a flash, and he's able to escape. But now it's the Boar Rider who is left to die for anyone's...
Do allow this game to stall out long enough for IG to be able to get those item breakpoints. That is a real risk. They are in such control of this game that they should not allow for this to happen. You can see right here, they're just stepping up, taking space. The tier 2 tower does fall. Mako gonna go down as well, surely with the burn. Ooh, maybe just lives. Okay. It's not
thankfully, he's got a pretty powerful ultimate.
Wait, they get a kill.
Wait, KL died.
Hang on.
IG. And once again, we arrived to the same concerns we had for Anyone's Legends composition when this was first drafted, is that you don't have a real front line. Most of these champions are carries. Some of them are going to be, you know, healthier than others in terms of, you know, HP pool and durability. This Ambessa is going to probably get a death stance at some point. There's a Zhonya's on Tarzan. But if this Yone finds both Shanks and Hope, get a guaranteed numbers advantage off the pick, and then secure the objective. But they're ripping it right now, and the rest of IG, they know. But KL with the perfect Keeper's Verdict is able to punt away Jeje, and that's the Baron gone. KL completely chunked out of the fight.
Sandra stepped a little bit too far forwards, managed to get spotted out. Otherwise, he could well have found that public execution. Now it's just going to be the pressure right here onto the towers. Are IG going to try go in? Yes, they are.
Glacial Prison right onto the front. KL, Keeper's Verdict, stuns the ball up, and Tarzan with the Q flash forward. That's a mega lilting lullaby if I've ever seen one, and the rest of Anyone's Legend is ready to jump in on the slumber party. And the rest of them are going to just take the tier 2 tower. Rest of IG now down to Rookie and Gala. But I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to hold this defense against Anyone's Legend. There's a lot of chunked health bars. Gala and Rookie would have to perform a miracle. There's still a fate sealed.
Yeah.
All eyes on Rookie to find a miracle engage, to set himself up, to set up Gala. Mako is back.
You gotta go. You can't just wait.
Gotta go for it. Q flash. There's the fate
seal,
but they flash it. The Q3 only finds one, and Gala throws out one last true shot barrage for the game, as he's not gonna get a chance to play Ezreal again this series. Game 1